Welcome back. Well, Caitlyn, it's hard to believe that October is less than a week away, which is crazy to think that from the start of fall to now that everything has changed immensely, from the leaves to the temperatures to almost anything and everything from summer to fall. It's crazy when you really put into perspective how fast those changes really do come into play. And we were talking about the fall leaves earlier and how, you know, just a week, even 2 weeks ago, there was barely any trees starting to show just the faintest color of yellow. And now they're starting to really pop up. There's some trees in my subdivision where I live that have vibrant reds in them already. So it just goes to show that even though it's still feeling a little summer-like out there with those temperatures, fall sure is here. Here's what it looks like right now from Bethany Lutheran College in Mankato, showing clear skies and the sun on the rise, light winds, the trees aren't moving. What this isn't showing, though, is that we do have some pockets of fog out there. Now, most of that fog has been along I-35 to the Waseca area. But again, I want to mention that just because it's showing clear visibility across the majority of the area does not mean that there's not fog out there. Remember, we don't have sensors in every square inch of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa, so that means that there could be some fog in areas where the sensors are not. So that means in and around Mankato, from one town to another, could have pockets of fog, or in and around other towns that show clear visibility. Just remember that if you come to an area with some fog, just take your time, stay alert, and make sure your headlights are on, as that keeps everybody safer on the roads, including you and those that are in the car or vehicle with you. Temperature-wise, as you head out, if you have not left yet or you're getting ready to, you might want to grab that light sweater or sweatshirt, probably the same thing that you've been wearing the last couple of days so far this week, as we are seeing temperatures range from the mid-40s into the mid-50s. We're sitting as low as 45 degrees in Forest City and Waseca, 46 still in New Ulm, and Windham with 48 degrees in St. James, as well as up by Hutchinson. We're sitting at 50 degrees in Blue Earth, Albert Lee, Mason City, Algona, Jackson, Redwood Falls, and Marshall with 52 here in Mankato. Warmest coming in at 56 degrees right now in St. Peter. Here is a look at those winds, very light coming out of the west-southwest, anywhere from calm conditions up to really about 5 to 6 miles an hour this morning, so staying very light. By this afternoon, winds are expected to remain light, but reach up to about 10 miles an hour. And again, those of you that are going to be heading out, you may see some low-level clouds out there. Just so you can see on satellite radar imagery, it's not cloud coverage that you're seeing. What you may see out there is just fog that's kind of lifting into the sky as it continues to dissipate and lead to those clear skies that we are expecting through the day today, as temperatures rise into the mid to upper 70s by the early to mid-afternoon hours. One thing we are still lacking is the rain out there. This drought monitor will be updated once again tomorrow morning, and it is very likely that we will see some of these abnormally dry conditions expand more northward, and even these moderately dry conditions in northeastern Iowa as well as southwestern Minnesota potentially expand and cover a little bit more surface area as well. Unfortunately, it's not just the lack of rain we have had, it's the lack of rain that we're going to continue to have. As you can see from our precipitation chances, we don't have anything as far as rain coming our way for the next 7 days. Hopefully this will change a little bit, as we have been seeing on again, off again isolated chances for early next week. But as of right now, it's looking very slim to none for those rain chances. But on the flip side, one thing that you can see very well with the lack of rain, because it's not dampening those leaves or dulling those colors, are the fall colors that are on the way. Now, of course, the more north you head, the more you're going to be getting into those fall colors a little bit earlier than what we're going to see them when we see them down here in southern Minnesota. But we should start seeing those vibrant colors more and more within the next week to 2 weeks. 78 for the high today, with afternoon sunshine and light winds, staying cool and quiet tonight with a low of 53 degrees by tomorrow morning. Again, temperatures reflecting summertime out there in the low 80s, but at least our humidity will stay non-existent, so it's going to feel comfortable even with the 80s out there. And then as we welcome October, we have a weak cold front moving through, meaning lack of rain, but a drop in temperatures into the mid to upper 60s on the way. Stay tuned. We'll wrap things up when we return.